In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and chaos, have you ever wondered about the power of silence? The ancient Stoic philosophers understood the transformative potential of embracing stillness and quietude. They recognized that in the absence of external chatter, we can find clarity, wisdom, and inner peace. In this video, we'll explore 12 profound reasons why the Stoics valued silence and how it can revolutionize your life. From enhancing self-awareness and emotional regulation to improving decision-making and relationships, the benefits of silence are vast and far-reaching. But here's the thing. In our fast-paced, always-on society, silence has become a rare and precious commodity. We're bombarded with information, notifications, and demands on our attention every waking moment. It's easy to feel like we're drowning in a sea of noise, unable to find a moment of reprieve. That's why this video is so important. By understanding and embracing the Stoic perspective on silence, you can reclaim a sense of control, clarity, and inner peace in your life. You can learn to create space for deep reflection, personal growth, and alignment with your deepest values. So if you're ready to discover the transformative power of silence and learn how to integrate it into your life, keep watching. Trust me, your future self will thank you for taking this time to invest in your inner well-being. Thank you all for watching, and welcome to the Stoic lifestyle. Number 1. Silence allows for introspection and self-reflection. Silence provides an opportunity to observe our thought patterns objectively. When we're constantly engaged in conversation or surrounded by noise, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of our own thoughts without taking the time to critically examine them. However, in silence, we can step back and witness our thoughts from a more detached perspective. We can notice recurring negative thought patterns, irrational beliefs, or limiting self-talk. By becoming aware of these mental habits, we can work on reframing them and adopting a more rational and constructive mindset, as encouraged by Stoic teachings. Moreover, silence allows us to process and regulate our emotions more effectively. In the absence of external stimuli, we can give our full attention to our emotional state. We can observe how certain thoughts or events trigger specific feelings and practice accepting and managing those emotions without getting overwhelmed by them. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining emotional equanimity, and silence provides a conducive environment for cultivating this inner stability. By regularly engaging in silent reflection, we can develop greater emotional resilience and learn to respond to challenges with a calm and measured approach. Silence also helps us clarify our desires and priorities. In the noise of daily life, it's easy to get sidetracked by superficial wants and external expectations. However, when we carve out moments of silence, we can tune into our authentic desires and assess whether they align with our values and long-term goals. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on what is truly important and within our control. Through silent contemplation, we can gain clarity on what matters most to us, whether it's personal growth, meaningful relationships, or contributing to the greater good. This clarity empowers us to make decisions and prioritize our actions accordingly. Number 2. In silence, one can cultivate mindfulness. When we sit in silence, we can direct our attention to the present moment without the pull of external stimuli. We become more attuned to our immediate surroundings, noticing the subtle details that we might otherwise overlook. Whether it's the sensation of our breath flowing in and out, the gentle rustling of leaves outside, or the play of light and shadow in the room, silence allows us to fully immerse ourselves in the present experience. Stoic philosophers recognize the importance of mindfulness and living in the present. They emphasize that the present moment is the only thing within our control, as the past is gone and the future is uncertain. By cultivating a deep awareness of the present, we can release ourselves from the grip of anxiety about what may come or regret about what has already happened. Silence provides a space to practice this mindful presence, training our minds to stay focused on the current moment. Moreover, mindfulness cultivated through silence can help us respond to challenges with greater equanimity. When we're grounded in the present, we're less likely to get swept away by knee-jerk reactions or overwhelming emotions. Instead, we can observe our thoughts and feelings with a sense of detachment, recognizing that they are temporary and do not define us. This mindful approach allows us to make more rational and balanced decisions, aligning with Stoic virtues of wisdom and self-control. Silence also fosters a deeper appreciation for the simple things in life. In the absence of constant stimulation, we can find joy and contentment in the small moments that often go unnoticed. Whether it's savoring a cup of tea, appreciating the warmth of sunlight on our skin, or feeling a sense of connection with nature, silence invites us to fully engage with the present and find beauty in the ordinary. Furthermore, practicing mindfulness through silence can have profound effects on our overall well-being. By reducing stress, improving focus, and enhancing self-awareness, mindfulness has been shown to contribute to better mental health, emotional resilience, and overall life satisfaction. Stoicism recognizes the importance of inner tranquility and equanimity, and silence provides a powerful tool for cultivating these qualities. Number 3. Silence can help develop self-control and emotional regulation. When we're confronted with difficult emotions or provocative circumstances, our initial instinct may be to react immediately, often driven by anger, fear, or frustration. However, acting on these impulses can lead to regrettable decisions and unproductive outcomes. Silence provides a buffer between stimulus and response, allowing us to intercept our automatic reactions and choose a more measured approach. By embracing silence in the face of triggering situations, we give ourselves the opportunity to observe our emotions objectively without getting entangled in them. We can acknowledge the presence of anger, anxiety, or any other challenging emotion, but instead of being controlled by them, we can witness them with a sense of detachment. This emotional distance enables us to assess the situation more rationally and consider alternative perspectives. Stoic philosophers emphasize the importance of maintaining equanimity in the face of adversity. They recognized that while we cannot always control external events, we can control our response to them. Silence serves as a powerful ally in this pursuit of emotional mastery. By taking a moment to pause and reflect in silence, we can regulate our emotional state, preventing ourselves from being carried away by the heat of the moment. Moreover, silence helps us cultivate the Stoic virtue of self-control. When we're able to resist the urge to react impulsively and instead choose to respond with intention, we demonstrate mastery over our own actions. This self-control extends beyond emotional regulation and encompasses other areas of life, such as resisting temptations, overcoming procrastination, and staying committed to our goals and values. In silence, we can also engage in rational deliberation, weighing the consequences of our potential actions and making well-informed decisions. By giving ourselves the space to think through our choices, we can align our behavior with our core values and long-term well-being, rather than succumbing to short-term impulses or external pressures. Cultivating self-control and emotional regulation through silence also contributes to improved relationships and social interactions. When we're able to respond calmly and thoughtfully, even in the face of conflict or disagreement, we foster more productive and harmonious connections with others. Silence allows us to listen attentively, consider multiple viewpoints, and communicate with greater clarity and empathy. Number 4. Practicing silence can enhance focus and concentration. When we immerse ourselves in silence, we create an environment conducive to deep work and uninterrupted concentration. Without the constant bombardment of external stimuli, such as notifications, conversations, or background noise, our minds can settle into a state of heightened focus. This allows us to direct our full attention to the task at hand, whether it's studying, writing, problem-solving, or engaging in any activity that requires mental effort. Stoic philosophers recognize the value of focused attention and the importance of dedicating ourselves wholly to our pursuits. They emphasized the concept of living intentionally and giving our best effort to each moment. Silence supports this Stoic ideal by providing a space free from distractions where we can immerse ourselves fully in our chosen endeavors. In silence, we can enter a state of flow where our minds become completely absorbed in the present moment and the activity we're engaged in. This state of optimal concentration allows us to work more efficiently as we're able to process information more deeply and generate insights more readily. The absence of external interruptions also enables us to maintain a consistent level of focus, preventing the mental fatigue that often accompanies constant task switching. Moreover, practicing silence can help us develop mental discipline and the ability to control our attention. In a world where attention is increasingly fragmented and sought after, the skill of directing and sustaining focus is more valuable than ever. By regularly engaging in periods of silence, we train our minds to resist distractions and cultivate a stronger capacity for concentration. This mental discipline extends beyond our immediate tasks and can benefit various areas of our lives, from learning and problem-solving to decision-making and goal-setting. Silence also provides a space for deep reflection and contemplation, which are essential for personal growth and self-improvement. When we're free from the noise of constant input, we can turn our attention inward and engage in introspection. This allows us to analyze our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors more objectively, gaining valuable insights into ourselves and our goals. By reflecting deeply in silence, we can identify areas for improvement, clarify our priorities, and develop strategies for personal development. Number 5. Silence fosters a sense of inner peace and tranquility. Silence provides a sacred space where we can escape the chaos and demands of everyday life and reconnect with our true selves. When we immerse ourselves in stillness, we create an opportunity to quiet the mind and tune into the deeper wisdom and guidance that resides within us. This inner connection is crucial for developing the mental and emotional stability needed to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and composure. Stoic philosophy places great emphasis on the cultivation of inner tranquility, recognizing it as a key component of a well-lived life. The Stoics believed that true happiness and contentment stem from our ability to maintain a steady and unperturbed state of mind, regardless of the circumstances we face. Silence serves as a powerful tool in this pursuit, helping us to develop the mental resilience and emotional stability needed to respond to challenges with clarity and perspective. In silence, we can observe our thoughts and emotions from a place of detachment without getting swept away by their intensity. We learn to witness the ebb and flow of our mental states, recognizing that they are transient and do not define us. This understanding helps us to cultivate a sense of perspective and inner balance, allowing us to approach life's difficulties with a calm and centered mindset. Moreover, silence provides a space for self-reflection and introspection, which are essential for personal growth and self-awareness. When we take the time to sit with ourselves in silence, we can gain valuable insights into our thought patterns, beliefs, and behaviors. we can identify areas where we may be holding on to unnecessary stress, anxiety, or negative self-talk, and work on replacing these patterns with more positive and constructive ones. Through regular practice of silence, we can develop a deeper connection with our inner wisdom and intuition. When the chatter of the mind subsides, we can access a wellspring of inner guidance that can help us navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and confidence. We learn to trust our own judgment and make decisions that are aligned with our values and goals, rather than being swayed by external pressures or opinions. Silence also serves as a powerful antidote to the stress and burnout that often accompany modern life. By carving out moments of quiet and solitude, we give ourselves permission to rest, recharge, and restore our mental and emotional energy. This renewed sense of vitality and resilience allows us to approach life's demands with greater enthusiasm and effectiveness, rather than feeling depleted and overwhelmed. Number 6. In silence, one can better appreciate the beauty and simplicity of the natural world. When we step away from the constant noise and distractions of modern life and immerse ourselves in silence, we create an opportunity to fully engage with the natural environment. Whether we find ourselves in a peaceful forest, by a serene lake, or simply in a quiet corner of our own backyard, silence allows us to tune into the subtle sounds, sights, and sensations that we might otherwise overlook. We can hear the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze, the melodic chirping of birds, and the soothing sound of water flowing in a nearby stream. These simple yet profound experiences can evoke a deep sense of connection and appreciation for the natural world. Stoic philosophers recognized the importance of aligning ourselves with the rhythms and cycles of nature. They believed that by living in accordance with the natural order of things, we can achieve a greater sense of inner peace, wisdom, and fulfillment. Silence serves as a bridge that connects us to the timeless wisdom of the natural world, reminding us of our place within the greater web of life. In silence, we can observe the intricate beauty and perfect balance of nature, from the delicate petals of a wildflower to the majestic grandeur of a towering tree. We can marvel at the way the sun rises and sets each day, the way the seasons change in a cyclical dance, and the way every living being plays a role in the intricate tapestry of the ecosystem. These observations can inspire a profound sense of awe and reverence, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all things and the inherent wisdom of the natural world. Moreover, silence provides a space for contemplation and reflection on our relationship with nature. In the absence of external distractions, we can ponder the lessons that nature has to offer and consider how we can apply them to our own lives. We can learn from the resilience of a tree that bends with the wind, the adaptability of a species that evolves to survive, and the patience of a seed that lies dormant until the right conditions arise for growth. These natural examples can serve as powerful metaphors for our own personal development and growth. Stoicism teaches us to live in harmony with nature, recognizing that we are a part of the greater whole and that our actions have an impact on the world around us. By cultivating a deep appreciation for the natural world through silence, we can develop a greater sense of responsibility and stewardship towards the environment. Number 7. Silence can facilitate the development of wisdom. Silence provides an opportunity to examine our beliefs, assumptions, and values with a critical and objective eye. By taking the time to reflect deeply on the foundations of our worldview, we can identify any inconsistencies, biases, or limiting beliefs that may be hindering our personal growth and understanding. Through this process of self-examination, we can refine our thinking, letting go of ideas that no longer serve us and embracing those that align with truth and wisdom. Moreover, silence creates a space for the contemplation of abstract concepts and philosophical questions. In the quiet stillness of the mind, we can ponder the nature of reality, the meaning of existence, and the fundamental principles that govern our lives. We can explore the works of great thinkers and philosophers, engaging with their ideas and insights in a way that allows for deep understanding and integration. By grappling with these profound questions in silence, we can expand our intellectual horizons and develop a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of the world. Silence also facilitates the development of self-awareness, which is a critical component of wisdom. When we take the time to sit with ourselves in quiet contemplation, we can observe our thought patterns, emotions, and reactions with greater clarity. We can identify the underlying beliefs and conditioning that shape our perceptions and behaviors, and work to align them with our highest values and aspirations. Through this process of self-discovery, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Furthermore, silence provides a space for the integration of knowledge and experience into practical wisdom. It is not enough to simply acquire information. True wisdom involves the ability to apply that knowledge in a way that promotes a life of excellence and virtue. In silence, we can reflect on the lessons we have learned, the challenges we have faced, and the insights we have gained, and consider how we can apply them to our daily lives. Number 8. By embracing silence, one can cultivate humility. Silence also provides a space for the recognition of our own limitations and the vastness of what we do not know. In the absence of external noise and stimulation, we can confront the reality that our personal knowledge and understanding are but a small fraction of the total sum of human knowledge. We can begin to appreciate the complexity and mystery of the world around us, and the many ways in which our perceptions and beliefs are shaped by our individual experiences and conditioning. This recognition of our own limitations can foster a deep sense of humility and openness to learning from others. Moreover, silence can help us to cultivate a more realistic understanding of the limits of our personal control. The Stoics recognized that much of what happens in life is beyond our direct influence, and that true peace of mind comes from accepting this reality while focusing on what is within our power. In silence, we can reflect on the many ways in which our lives are subject to external circumstances and the actions of others. We can begin to let go of the illusion of control and develop a more humble and accepting attitude towards the uncertainties of life. This recognition of our limited control can be deeply liberating, as it allows us to release the ego's grip on our sense of self-worth and identity. When we recognize that our value as human beings is not dependent on our achievements, possessions, or social status, we can begin to cultivate a more authentic and grounded sense of self. We can find a deeper sense of peace and contentment in simply being, rather than constantly striving to prove our worth through external accomplishments. Furthermore, the practice of silence can help us to cultivate a more compassionate and empathetic attitude towards others. When we recognize our own limitations and the common human struggle to find meaning and purpose in life, we can begin to relate to others with greater understanding and kindness. We can see beyond the surface differences that often divide us and connect with the shared humanity that unites us all. Number 9. Silence can strengthen relationships by promoting active listening. When you resist the urge to interject, offer advice, or share your own stories, you create space for the other person to express themselves fully. You allow them to feel heard and validated. Silence enables you to pick up on the subtle nuances in their tone, facial expressions, and body language that are easily missed when you're mentally preparing your response. This deep listening cultivates empathy as you step into their shoes and see things from their perspective. It fosters understanding and connection, even if you don't necessarily agree with everything they say. People can sense when you're truly listening with compassion, and it makes them feel respected, appreciated, and safe to open up. Ultimately, by approaching relationships with more silence, you build trust, rapport, and closeness. You show others that you value their thoughts and feelings. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." The Stoics knew that listening is often more powerful than speaking. Silence is a key to healthy, harmonious relationships. Number 10. In silence, one can better discern what is truly important. Silence provides a sacred space to pause, reflect, and reconnect with our inner compass. It allows us to step back from the distractions and pressures of the world and turn inward. In the stillness, we can ask ourselves profound questions. What do I stand for? What kind of person do I want to be? What are my non-negotiable principles? What truly matters to me in the grand scheme of things? As we contemplate these questions in silence, clarity emerges. We cut through the noise and remember what we value most. We reconnect with our authentic selves and realign our priorities. From this place of inner conviction, we can make wiser, more intentional choices. We can say no to what doesn't serve us and yes to what does. We can choose courage over comfort, integrity over expedience, and purpose over popularity. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, often withdrew into silence to find his bearings amidst the demands of leading an empire. In his meditations he wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The Stoics understood that outer silence facilitates inner stillness, and in that stillness we reconnect with our deepest truths and values. In a world that constantly pulls us outward, silence empowers us to journey inward and realign ourselves with what matters most. It is a source of wisdom, integrity, and purpose. By cultivating silence, we find the clarity and conviction to live a life of principle, shaping our actions and decisions around our highest values. Number 11. Silence can serve as a form of resistance against the noise and distractions of modern life. The Stoics valued self-mastery and the ability to govern one's own life. They recognized that true freedom lies not in doing whatever we want, but in aligning our actions with our highest values and ideals. However, this type of autonomy requires the space to think independently, question norms, and chart our own course. Silence provides that space. By carving out periods of quiet, we create a sanctuary where we can escape the noise and influences of the world. We give ourselves permission to unplug, slow down, and simply be. In the absence of external distractions, we can hear ourselves think. We can reflect on our experiences, question our assumptions, and contemplate our path forward. We can reconnect with our intuition and inner wisdom. This silence is a form of resistance against a world that is constantly trying to shape us in its image. It's a way of saying, I will not be defined by the chaos around me. I will take the time to know myself and determine my own course. It's an assertion of our sovereignty over our own minds and lives. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, often withdrew from the demands of public life to find solace in quiet contemplation. He understood the power of silence to help us navigate life on our own terms. In his Letters from a Stoic, he wrote, "Withdraw into yourself as far as you can. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. The process is mutual, for men learn while they teach." In the sanctuary of silence, we can engage in this mutual process of learning and growth. We can question societal scripts and craft our own definition of success. We can cultivate the courage to live authentically, even when it means going against the grain. By regularly practicing silence, We assert our autonomy and reclaim the power to author our own lives. Thank you for watching this video highlighting the power of silence. As we've learned, silence is a valuable tool for self-reflection, emotional control, and wisdom. The Stoics understood that by embracing silence, we can gain a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. If you found value in these Stoic teachings and wish to dive deeper into the world of Stoicism, I invite you to sign up for our exclusive Stoic newsletter. Each week, we deliver insightful articles, practical exercises, and thought-provoking quotes straight to your inbox. Our newsletter is designed to help you integrate Stoic principles into your daily life, empowering you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and clarity. To join our community of Stoic enthusiasts, you can sign up at the link that will be shown on the end screen, or go into our description and click on the link. Once again, thank you for joining me in exploring the power of silence through the lens of Stoicism. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Thank you all for watching, and may you find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.